Good day, my name is Doug, and I am playing a game called The Crust. And for those of you not in the know, The Crust Update 2 was released today, and that means we're starting a new game. Which is just as well, because my base wasn't really doing very good. But, let's go ahead and get it going. This is version 99.54, and this is the first time I've seen it. So the beginning is kind of long. I usually skip this part. I only run this part when I'm starting a new base, so I do apologize if you're just getting tired of staring at this particular load screen. But I think it's worth it.
This is an emergency broadcast. We have detected an imminent asteroid collision with the moon's surface. We are currently assessing the extent of the damage and the number of casualties. At this moment, our teams are working tirelessly to restore communication with lunar outposts. For those still on the moon, be aware that we are mobilizing all available resources to assist you. Conserve your energy and ration your supplies until further notice. Additional information will be provided as the situation unfolds. Stay tuned for updates. Over and out.
I repeat, Crust has declared a state of emergency of the first degree. Commercial shipments and cargo landings are prohibited. All complexes, resources, and facilities on the moon are now under Crust control. All remaining facilities should switch to emergency frequency and report their status. Conserve energy and resources, and await further instructions.
What's happening? Director, can you hear me? We're receiving reports that a meteorite collided with the moon and the state of emergency has been declared. Director, confirm you're on the line right now.
Here I am.
You could have done it more quickly and spared me the worry. Director, there's still no signal from the personnel of the base. I'll try again, but my hope is dwindling. Robert, come in. Robert, do you copy? Robert, damn it, come in.
It's not looking good.
There appear to be no survivors. I'm glad you were on the orbital station when the collision happened. I suggest you stay there as long as possible. We should try to hold out until logistics with Earth are restored. Start with electricity. We still have resources and functional drones. That should be enough for a few solar panels and batteries.
Okay, gents, let's get some solar panels built. And things are a little different here, but okay. 4 and 5, and we will wire them in.
By the seismic activity, the meteorite impact occurred on the far side of the moon. We're lucky it happened so far away from our mission, but the strength of the blast wave raises a lot of questions.
Is that all the head of the research department can say? Somewhere far away there was an explosion and we don't know the cause?
Because scientists are working with proven facts, not speculating on fragmentary evidence. Much more data would be needed to reach the conclusions.
And wire these in. Okay. And a charging station. Oops, what did I do? There we go.
We have electricity, but our resource reserves are almost depleted. We need to restore production as soon as possible. Let's start with repairing the elevator to gain access to the underground level.
Okay, Alice.
Then build a charging station for the drones. Make sure that elevator and charging station are connected to the power network.
Already done. Now, I've been through the start quite a few times, as you probably guessed, so I will be running ahead of the narration in certain areas.
Everything on the surface, but there may still be mining modules underground. We need to go down and see what we have left.
So try not to get too annoyed.
Reconnect the power supply to the underground level. Connect the elevator and electrical pole with wires so we can see the scale of the damages. That's better. I see that we have a module to produce smart concrete, but we have an urgent need to resume production of steel and silicone.
These two.
Director, I have an idea. First, convert 5 drones into miners, and we'll proceed.
The drone reconfiguration module allows up to 5 drones to be converted into mining drones and vice versa.
We have smelting furnaces, but to start producing any resource, the relevant oxides are always needed. We will now mine them with the mining drones. Director, we have access to iron and silicone veins. Assign drones to mine the resources from the veins to supply the processing modules with raw materials. You can now watch mining drones extract the oxides, and working drones deliver them to the smelting furnace.
Enter excavation mode and assign mining drones to mine resources directly from a vein.
Director, you can never have too much smart concrete, so it's worth spending time to produce it. For this purpose, we have a pressing module, which may not be the most efficient way, but it's good enough to start with. The pressing module requires only regolith, which is a type of lunar dirt plentiful here. Assign mining drones to the evacuation so that we have the resources we need. Free drones will deliver the regolith to production themselves.
You can adjust the game speed by selecting the desired speed using the interface or the hotkeys 1, 2, 3. This feature can help speed up the building process. Alternatively, you can pause the game to plan your future base at a relaxed pace.
And I do speed it up quite often in the beginning, but right now I need to carve out space to do my building, so we will do just that. And yes, I am a bit of I'm a little particular about how I like to have things dug out. Okay. Now, for the most part, the drones will follow your digging commands in the order that you have given them. So, these guys will dig the stuff out in the order that I've given them here, which is good. Let them work, and we'll go go ahead
Director,
and...
we're
Whoops.
getting word of supply shortages from almost everywhere on Earth. The explosion cut off most of the supply channels from the moon. Millions of people are in need of resources, and we can satisfy that demand. Supplies used to run through the contract system, but it came to a complete halt after the explosion. We might be able to fix that.
Okay. We're currently sitting at 26 smart concrete. Let's go ahead and speed the game up till we get to 30. And 30.
Well, that's a start. There should be enough smart concrete for the first time.
First time of what? A Crust representative is attempting to contact us. The company solely owns the space elevator. Such people cannot be refused. The space elevator, by the way, is on Earth. It's from Earth to low Earth orbit. And it is the way that you get stuff up into orbit and down from orbit. Director, my name is Clyde Draper. I represent the interests of Crust. We are engaged in the study of surviving bases, and your facility stands out for its potential. It is in our mutual interest to restore resource extraction and production as soon as possible. We are ready to provide you with scientific resources, but in return we expect your support when the time comes. When will it be needed? It's amusing how confidently Clyde speaks about future collaboration.
Well, let's not waste any time. Professor, you prepared a research plan before starting the expedition, didn't you?
Absolutely. First, we need to increase production. We have smelting furnaces, but we need extractors and refineries to extract the oxides. Director, Crust has handed us the research plan, and we're ready to begin. Research underground mining and place 2 extractors on the iron and silicon veins.
So, I generally pause things when I go into research. And this basically looks the same as the previous version, which means these are the 4 and the order in which I generally start this stuff. And as you see, we have 140 of engineering science. We don't have any social or fundamental as yet. Let's go ahead and start the game again. And we are waiting for that research to finish up. You can see its progress right there. This also tells you how much research you have available. The other numbers up here that you need to pay attention to, this is your reputation, this is your CPU power, this is the number of colonists you have, the number of drones, the oxygen production, the water production. This is battery at night. Well, it shows your battery status, which also gives you how long it's going to last during the night, and you charge during the day. Oh, we have 2 grids for some reason. Let's go take a look at this. What is going on here? Something got missed. And there it is. I do believe. Yep. Let's cancel this out. And reconnect it all. Okay, and that's what it should look like. And this is your balance. Also, this shows you warnings, essentially. And I just, because this one bothers me, tend to remove this power pole. It's not necessary. And we're at 98% on the research on the regolith extractors. Going to pause the game. Let's take a look at this. The extractor is done. Okay. And realistically, because I have nothing else to research, I'm just going to let these sit for right now. So let's go ahead and start the game again. Now, we are going to set up my extractors. Okay. So put one there.
Don't forget that extractors need electricity. Hold down shift to build a chain of utility poles.
So, going to place power. Now you can't place the power poles right next to the wall of the moon. Has to be at least one square away. Some of you may already know a lot of this stuff, but now what I'm trying to do here is place it in such a way that potentially I could get a second one on these things. Not something I generally do, but I try and make it possible in case I need to. Okay. There. Now it has been shown to me that you can fiddle with these things to get one extra square of length out of your power. I don't generally mess with that, but you can do it. Now see, I can place that. And factories and refineries don't cost you any money. That's all conveyors and power wiring. I'm going to go ahead and give that a try this time, just to see what happens.
The extractors have started mining. Now, finish the research and build 2 regolith refineries for producing iron and silicon, respectively.
And we've almost got those researched. Okay, pause it.
Place the regolith refineries similarly to optimize future production.
Yeah. No. Okay. I will actually be placing them a lot closer to the refinery or to the extractor than what they are indicating. Like right there to start with.
Single regolith refinery.
And then we need
extracts
to
necessary oxides from the regolith by thermal treatment. The process leaves slag that can also be used in production.
And unfortunately we don't have this wall cleared yet. Otherwise I would place it down here. But this is good. And this is doing silicon. Now, I personally don't have these all the way down there. So, we're going to need a smelting furnace. And we'll need it right around there. And we'll be reducing steel. This needs to be dug out quite a bit more, but I think we can fit in the smelting furnace. Yep, Not really happy with that placement, but we will go with it. And that's going to be silicon, and then power is going to be there.
Goodbye, love. Your dog has no good food. I'll get it
Okay.
when I come home.
Okay. Okay. And let's unpause the game. Now, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is waiting till these guys are all done. This one is done. So we'll go ahead and remove it. And this one is done. So we'll remove that one as well. And that's just because I like to keep things clean. And then finally we will be removing this one and this one until such time as we're ready to move forward. Okay, what's happening over here? We have hard rock, which is blocking a lot of the mining, but not all of it, so aha. And just to make things a little easier down here, we're going to put a charging station down here. And we'll stick that right there. Wire it. And that way they won't have to go upstairs to charge. Now right now, because there are no conveyors, the drones will...
Regolith refinery is a mono-refinery that can only produce one type of oxide at a time. Be sure to select the recipes for iron and silicon oxide to start production.
And because we have done all the achievements, we get rewarded with science. Now we only get a certain number of points for a certain number of days, so it's really important we always keep our science occupied. So I'll be pausing this for a second. Pause, and going into science. And let's choose this and this for my fundamental science. Oh, Director, a conveyor belt will speed up production and eliminate the need for drones and resource delivery. I advise you to keep an eye on this technology, which means it just got built. Yay. And we'll do this for our green.
You heard him, Director. Now we have a steel production chain, but we can increase its efficiency by connecting the modules with conveyor belts. It will reduce the load for drones and speed up production. Exactly what we need right now.
Okay. And let's start the game again. So. Yeah, we don't have conveyors quite yet. Let's go take a quick look and see where they are. Well, less than a day away. And no connection. Something didn't get connected.
Research complete.
Use the conveyor tool and connect the extractor to the refinery and smelting furnace. This way, the resource-rich regolith will go into the refinery without needing to engage drones. Optimization at its best.
Okay, I really dislike the way this is set up.
Director, our energy reserves are almost at zero. The moon has a long day-night cycle. Make sure we have enough solar panels to charge the batteries during the solar phase. In the event of an urgent power shortage, modules with low priority are the first to be disconnected from the network. You can manually disable modules that are not needed at the moment to optimize consumption.
What the... Why won't this connect? I do not. That's a mystery. Okay, let's go ahead and eliminate this entirely. That was a mystery. That, I have no idea why it did that. Okay. Now, conveyors. This is where we start to have fun. This can get very confusing. Now, once you set up conveyors, the drones will stop feeding it. That's an important thing to realize because we have things like this sitting out here. Okay. I'll have to take care of that, but not right now. Okay. This will come over like that. This will come over like that.
Objective achieved.
And you can see it's now delivering stuff via conveyor. Okay, pause things. Let's take a look at the research. That would be the conveyor. Okay, so I have orange, blue, and green. That's good. Orange is almost done. So let's just go ahead and set up the next production so that we don't waste it. And we got rewarded for completing a task. So more science, or more fundamental science, which is the blue, and more social science, which is the green.
Crust's tasks require significant resource investment, which means we need to seriously expand our manufacturing capabilities. Let's start producing components.
Let's find
We need
titanium.
titanium to manufacture parts. Find titanium deposits among the regularly using an ore detector to seriously expand our manufacturing capabilities. Let's start producing components.
Okay, we are about to run out of power. I'm paused. Good. We have no power left, and we were just starting the night. Let's go up top. Now, as I said, factories and whatnot, infrastructure doesn't cost us cash credit. It does cost us resources. And since we are producing things now,
You can't build here.
there we go. And to produce this, we need concrete, silicon, and steel, which fortunately we're building. We are going to have a problem with concrete, but we definitely have the silicon and the steel. Now I will be severely testing our ability to deliver those products by suggesting we make a whole lot more of these, because power is something we are definitely going to need. So let's go for 20. Just know that we need them. And this comes from having played this game several times. I know we're going to need them. And I'm just going to go off and make a new power pole. And I will connect to this one to that one. Now, I also know we're going to need more batteries than what we have. So, without waiting for us to actually need them,
Can't build here.
we'll just go ahead and anticipate future need and have them built now. So when we run out of power, all of the hardware stops. However, the conveyors still go, and the drones still go until they run out of power. Let's go ahead and start. So they will continue to function. Of course, now I can't change the mining drones back to normal drones or vice versa, but I have lots of things for the mining drones to do anyway. So we'll just let them go on. And let's go ahead and bump the speed to 3
Research complete.
and get through the night, because nothing else is going to happen. Oops, that's not true. Research obviously happened. Okay, there's the ore detector. And I just know that I'm going to need hard rock drilling. So we'll do that next. How much longer does this have to go? To be honest, I need it more than I need that. So we'll bump that up to the priority. Now, one of the things you need to understand about research is well, he's going to explain it later, but basically they all run simultaneously. But if you need to have something in a priority above something else, that's what you do. You move it above it. Now, as you see, all these miners are delivering regolith onto the ground, and then the drones are delivering to this, which has no inputs, so they can still deliver to it. If you add an input to this, they will stop delivering to it, so it's really important you leave that one open. Okay, pause for a sec, let's take a look at the research, and that's the tender system. That's green. That also ends, well, our green research, so we'll add something. And because I paused it, we don't see the green line, but it will attach itself immediately after I get started. Now, I know we are waiting on the night to end, but while we're doing that, I am going to add a pressing module, because having 2 of these really is kind of necessary to get things done. Oops, wrong key. Q. There we go. And then we are going to move this conveyor down here. And power. Okay. Well, we have no power anyway, so let's go ahead and kill this. And then we will add another tower. Oops. Add another tower right there. And then power them both from that. Okay. And we need to build the ore detector. Might as well do that as well. And I like to start it off centrally located, but we'll be moving that later. Okay. And we have zeroed out our supplies with everything I'm building topside, so we really are waiting on the sunrise. I need this a little bit lower. And because they're working on a lot of other things right now, we're going to give it priority.
Research complete.
Director, our operation requires a colossal amount of funds. The budget is stretched to its limits, and there are no new investments in sight. We need to come up with something urgently.
Okay, let's pause this for a second and go check on this. The ice extractor.
I have a solution to our problems, Director. We can establish trade with other organizations on the moon. This way, surplus resources are converted into money, which we currently lack. To send resources, we need a landing platform. And to access the market, we need to research the online market.
This is why you get paid the big bucks, Ledger. Great idea. Director, let's get started immediately. Research and construction will take some time.
Okay. The online market. Okay. And we are just arriving at daylight. Okay. These guys appear to have run out of places that they can drill to mine. So let's go ahead and start over here.
Research complete.
And I need to check that. So let me do one more. Pause it. And what is it? The landing platform. Okay. I remind you that it is not necessary to assign repair tasks to drones manually. To activate the automatic repair functionality, conduct the corresponding research in the fundamental section. Amazingly enough, the automatic repair is already being researched. Not that I've played this game a few times, but okay. 9 days. Let's see, yeah, 20 days. And then that will be orange after that for another 31 days, so he is going to be busy for 2 months. Green is 8 days. So, we're definitely looking at green. We're going to do living quarters. Okay. Now, we have come, oh gosh. Generates 50. Oh, that's because they haven't built this yet. Okay. Well, I need to have this prioritized, so we're going to increase its priority. But until we get steel, it doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and unpause it and let the day begin. Now you can see we are developing some steel and it's going out as fast as it's coming in. Silicon's going out pretty damn fast too. Interesting that I have drones here that don't seem to be busy when I have stuff for them to do. So let's go ahead and jump that priority as well and see if that can. Oh, because they don't have the resources, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. We have something here that I'll need to pay attention to in a little bit. And there we go. We now have.
Objective achieved.
Still
Don't
have.
forget to connect it to the network. The ore detector uses battery power to run the scans. The further the scanning area is, the more power it requires.
Okay, and a module needs repair. So we will repair it. It's going to take it some time because we need steel. Well, got that steel pretty darn quick. Okay, we are still looking at 2. Okay, that's prioritized. And those are all.
Research complete.
Okay.
Halfway there, but we still need the landing platform. The sooner we finish building it, the sooner we can make money.
Okay. And fundamental will be next. So we will go ahead and do that. Now, I need to build the landing platform. And my people are already really busy. But, you know, it's a little bit more work. Go. The landing platform.
Select the finished ore detector and scan the regolith around it. You need to find the nearest deposits to install extractors on them. Important, using the detector consumes battery charge. The larger the scanning area, the more battery charge is consumed. Remember this, and don't leave your base without electricity.
And that is a good warning, because this thing will eat up your power real quick. And until this turns green, I'm not using it. Let's unpause things. Okay.
Director, I consider it my duty to remind you that lunar research is divided into 3 main fields: fundamental, engineering, and social. Each laboratory is capable of conducting independent research, but studying certain technologies may require the cooperation of multiple fields. All available research is grouped into 3 main directions: fundamental, engineering, and social. Fundamental research is responsible for logistics and communication with other organizations, as well as drone improvements. Engineering research helps develop mining and production. Social research ensures that colonists at the base live and work comfortably. Some research requires multiple types of science points at once. You can assign tasks in different sections, and then the research plan will be conducted in parallel. The speed of research depends on your science points income. You can always rearrange your research to actualize the priorities for your current goals.
He explains it so much better than I do. Okay, the automatic repair is done. That's good. And we need social research being done. We'll start with the ice melter. 31 days. 9 days. Okay, and we'll follow it with the electronic board. Let's go. And we are coming into night. We only have power for 8 days. And it's 12 days till dawn, so we're not going to make it the way we currently have things set up. So, I'm going to turn off the big energy yogs. Oh good, he's not powered. And they need bricks. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I need to do this because the bricks need to be built. And he needs bricks too. That's bad. Well, we are going to have to make prioritization decisions here. Oops. Okay, there we go. This one can go away. Yep. And then I can just basically hook this up, waiting on it to get built.
Research complete.
Okay, let's take a look at the research. And that's the ice melter. That's for the habitat that I'm going to have to build later. 6 days. And this is 10 days. It's close, but we still need to do this first. Unpause. Okay, we are currently sitting at 16 days, and it's 3 days till dawn, so let's go ahead and turn. Whoops, I don't think I have that turned off. Just the one module, which is that one, which I don't care about, because we're not changing things back and forth right now. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and build this up. And that is not what I intended on doing. That was the wrong key. Okay, turn that off. And do this. And do this.
Research complete.
That. And then pause things and let's take a look at the research. The electronic board. Two days. 3 days. Oh, but it's going to go straight into that, so definitely green. Social. Okay. Well, we'll go and get the oxygen system started. And all this is for my eventual habitat. Okay. Now, we are full here, which means we are actually full of those. Of steel. And so we need to build storage for it. This was why I actually moved this down earlier, or I had them mined down earlier. But we'll put this like this and define it for steel and set up a conveyor to it. And its day, but we still don't have that second power grid. Dang, it's really taking a long time. Let's unpause things and let them run. Back topside just to see what's going on up here.
Research complete.
And we still haven't finished building out all the power. Refrigerator is done. And so we're going to be 10 days on oxygen systems. Only 1 day there, but we're going straight into that for another 16 days. He's almost done. Let's see how much time he has left. 5 days. So next thing that come up will be engineering, and even though we haven't found titanium yet, we'll go ahead and start with the research into the components factory. Okay, going back underground, let's get things going. And I think I am going to bypass this stuff and double up my concrete production.
Research complete.
I'll just have to repower it later. Research. Pause. Hard rock drilling finally. That's a good thing. So 3.5 days. Yeah, 10 days. 16 days. Okay, so still more engineering. Well, even though we don't have the titanium, we'll go ahead and start researching the rolling mill, because that will become a necessary function very, very soon. And let's go ahead and unpause it. And we'll turn this back on since it is now daylight. Monthly report. We have 177,000. That's good still. I don't start worrying until I get under 100,000 for trading.
To sell your surplus resources, go to the online market. Now select market at the top of the screen. You can not only sell missing resources, but also buy them. Since we are currently trying to restore our budget, go to the Sell tab. If you select an available resource on the left side of the screen, you'll see the fluctuations and its cost on the right side. To send a resource for sale, select the appropriate option in the bottom right corner of the screen. Director, you should carefully monitor supply and demand. The more resources of a specific type you put on the market, the lower their price will be.
Okay. Hey, everything's back up and running, yay. And I only have one power grid, yay. And as you can see, it's nicely filling up there. So let's go ahead and do some scanning. And there's titanium, which gives us a reward. Science, 90 days, 80 points each. That's
Great
good.
job. Now build a components factory and supply with titanium and steel. I'm sure, Director, this will be an easy task for you.
Okay, let's go ahead and pause for a moment. Now this is water, obviously. It's going to tell me where I'm going to be building my habitat. And of course with titanium right here.
Director, here's here's the latest news regarding contracts. To resume shipments to Earth, we'll need to restore communication and significantly expand production. If we manage this in the near term, I'll negotiate an extremely lucrative contract with the aerospace company FASM. They've lost their supplier and are willing to pay generously for an urgent order. I'm still looking into the matter, but be prepared to devote all resources to this effort if you want to maximize the benefits. I'll return as soon as new information becomes available.
Sorry for a moment, I've got a spammer I need to take care of. Okay. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the research. This comes in handy, but it's mostly for cleaning up the area. So anything gets dumped on the ground, they will take here. So he's 6 days. He's 6 days. I'm going to give Blue the pride of place. Also because it helps get this stuff done. Okay. Now we have scan to the right. Now we need, or scan to the left. Now we need to scan to the right. And more titanium. Okay, that will be it for right now. We don't want to use up too much power. Okay. Erg. I think I need to carve this area out some. There we go. So, start about there, I think. And the reason is I'm going to build this guy off to the left rather than down. Just simply because I don't want to block out that sorry about that. Don't want to block out that water source. Okay. And now unpause it. Actually, I do believe this is a good point where we call this first episode. I will be, for those of you who may be watching live, I will be starting a second stream here in just a bit, but this is a good place to pause it for the end of my first stream for the day. So, thank you all for joining me. Please like, comment, share, all the normal stuff. Anyway, y'all have a nice day. Take care.